What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of The Lead Houston, where it's all Houston all the time. We are going to be having a day two mock draft. I can't necessarily get the mock draft simulator working on my end, but regardless, I'll just throw on some edits and let y'all know to the best of my ability where I think the Houston Texans are going to be drafting these guys and where they're trading up. I got some trades because it isn't Nick Caserio in the NFL draft without a few NFL draft day trades. I got a few in mind. The Houston Texans, as we all know, had an opportunity to draft somebody at 25 yesterday. Did not happen. They traded down with the New York Giants, and they ended up going to 34 and adding the 99th pick as well. They got a boatload of picks in 2026, but right now they have 5 picks heading into day two. Day two encapsulates rounds 2 and 3, and the Texans have 5 picks inside the top 100. The second pick on the NFL draft, as soon as it starts, the Texans are picking at 34, and that is where we start. Ladies and gentlemen, the NFL draft is underway, and the Houston Texans are on the clock.
Ladies and gentlemen,
welcome to the NFL draft.
The Houston Texans. I understand this isn't fun, and a lot of y'all disagreed with me in the live stream I had last night at midnight. But this is what gets me excited for number 34, and I'm going to go ahead and get him. I'm going to get who is the third best running back in this class. And I know y'all are going to hate that I said running back, but Travion Henderson out of Ohio State is an absolute dude. I need him. I want him on this football team. And you can immediately say, Harley, how are you going to improve the offensive line? I will get there. Okay. This is just the very first pick. Travion Henderson is the guy for the Houston Texans. To me, that is who I'm picking. That is who I'm taking at 34. That is somebody that you might criticize immediately right now, but in 2 to 3 years when he has taken over as RB1 for an older Joe Mixon, he will be doing wonders for the Houston Texans. He has some tread on the tires, but this previous year was in a split backfield with Quinshon Judkins. Travion Henderson also had 1,000 yards rushing as well, an improving receiver out of the running back position as well too. He can get better at his route running ability. His hands are solid, stuff he can get better at. But the best thing about him is he is the best pass protecting running back in this draft. He blocks crazy. He's so good at blocking as a running back. He is immediately your RB3, and you can get rid of Dare and go waka waka lay. Okay, we can get rid of him. Let's go Travion Henderson at 34. Maybe Luther Burden. I don't mind it. There's other options. I get it. But Harley, what are we going to do at offensive line? Okay, the Houston Texans' next pick is at 58. Not so fast. Little Lee Corso style on you.
Not so fast.
The Houston Texans will be making a trade. Roger Goodell on the podium, and he is announcing that the Arizona Cardinals have made a trade, and the Houston Texans are now on the clock. The Arizona Cardinals have the 47th pick in the draft, and they have a history with the Houston Texans. They have made trades with them for years. Monty Austin-Fort, how you doing, buddy? Remember that Will Anderson trade? Yeah, let's go ahead and go back to revisionist history, and let's take a look down memory lane, and let's make a deal. Okay, how about that? The Houston Texans, they will be giving up the 58th pick and a 3rd round pick next year to jump to the 47th pick in the draft. And they missed out on Jonas Savanea, but they are going to be drafting another guard here. And to me, one of the good guards in this draft. The alliteration is great. He is a good guard from Georgia, the mustachioed mustache man. Mustachioed, mustached man. That's a double entendre. That's two. No, that's not double entendre. I just said the same word twice. the mustachioed mullet man, Tate Ratledge at number 47 for the Houston Texans. I have the trade up there. You don't give up any picks yet in this draft. You gave up the third round pick next year. Remember, you had two of them next year. You give up one of them going to the Cardinals. No problem, whoever's it is, but you get Tate Ratledge. Why so high? Offensive line is in the need for the Houston Texans. And not only is it a need, but you attack a really good guard here in Tate Ratledge. I don't think he makes it to 58. And the Houston Texans don't believe so either. And they make the trade up to 47. Now, Harley, you've passed up on a wide receiver in Luther Burden. You still need another offensive lineman. I don't know where their draft is going. No problem. The next pick for the Houston Texans is at 79. Not so fast.
Not so fast.
The Houston Texans have made another trade. There are fireworks going crazy for day 2 because the Houston Texans have said ammunition to make a trade happen. And at 79, no more. The Houston Texans have moved up to pick 69 with a familiar friend of the New England Patriots, the former GM Nick Casario's team. He definitely has a relationship with them. Mike Vrabel is the head coach there. Wouldn't shock me if the Texans make a trade and wheel and deal to move up. And they get into the high of the third round with the New England Patriots. And ladies and gentlemen, right there at 69 waiting for you, the Houston Texans select wide receiver out of Washington State, Kyle Williams. Kyle Williams is a very good, solid prospect for the Houston Texans. He's about 6 feet, maybe 180, 185. I would like to see him build some weight, but regardless, he's one of the best route runners in this draft next to Jalen Royals and Matthew Golden. Great separation, great release. He met with the Houston Texans. He was phenomenal at the Senior Bowl, cooking up some of the top cornerbacks that went a lot higher than he did. I love everything Kyle Williams is and what he can be for Nick Caley in the Houston Texans. The Texans have traded the 79th pick. They traded the 99th pick as well. And then they traded one of those 6th-round picks that they got this year. So those are 3 picks in order to get Kyle Williams. And right away, the Houston Texans got Travion Henderson, Tate Ratledge, and Kyle Williams so far in this draft. But remember, it ain't over because the Texans still have the 89th pick in the NFL draft. They stay put at the 89th pick in the NFL draft. They've already tacked offensive line, running back, wide receiver, but not so fast.
Not so fast.
The Houston Texans double dip here at the offensive line position. And at pick 89, the Houston Texans select Anthony Belton, NC State tackle. My goodness, Anthony Belton, you've heard me talk about him numerous times. The bulldozer, okay, an absolute monster. A thick human being, absolutely monstrous. And I would love to see him in that battle red. I really would. I think he is a really good developmental prospect for the Houston Texans. Is he a day one starter? No. But you are comfortable enough to have him sit because you still have Cam Robinson, an average left tackle. You still have Titus Howard, who is a good tackle when healthy and when playing at his right position. To me, he's a good tackle. You still have Blake Fisher, which sure, we don't know what he is ultimately. You've added Anthony Belton now, a big mauler of him. Tate Ratledge, to me, is a day one starter for this team. And the Texans immediately come away with the mock draft with an NFL draft 4 picks. Instead of 5, they end up with 4. And Travion Henderson at 34, Tate Ratledge at 47, Kyle Williams at 69, and Anthony Belton at 89. That is the mock draft. Let me know down in the comment section how much you hate my mock draft, how much you dislike my opinions, how much you love the mock draft. Let me know down in the comment section. You know I'll reply. As always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.